Catherine's voice trembles as she reveals a heartbreaking truth. After 9 months of brutal chemotherapy, she's not just fighting cancer. She's fighting to keep her family together. But it's not the physical pain that's breaking her. It's the emotional weight of her parents' sacrifice, their unwavering support, and the burden of watching her struggle. In a powerful, raw moment, Catherine opens up about what this journey has truly cost her, and how her parents have been the anchor that kept her afloat. The past 9 months have been a relentless battle. Chemotherapy sessions have drained her physically, emotionally, and mentally. But what has been most difficult for Catherine isn't the side effects or the exhausting treatments. It's seeing her parents, 2 people who always shielded her from pain, now struggling right alongside her. Cancer is a cruel disease, not just to the patient, but to everyone around them. But for Catherine, her journey has been different. She's had her parents by her side every step of the way, even when the weight of it all seemed unbearable. It's these moments, seeing her parents' faces, filled with worry and helplessness, that have been the hardest to face. In her emotional message, Catherine shares that her parents have not just been caregivers. They've been her lifeline. But with each passing day, as the chemotherapy continues to take its toll, she's starting to feel like a burden. And for someone who has always prided herself on her independence, that feeling is incredibly difficult to come to terms with. She tells us that her mother has been with her every day, no matter how tired she gets, always offering comfort in the form of a hug or a quiet word. Her father, ever the stoic figure, has been trying to hold everything together, managing the logistics of treatments, cooking meals, and making sure Catherine's emotional needs are met. Yet, Catherine can see the toll it's taking on them. Their health is deteriorating too, from the stress, the worry, and the exhaustion. How do you thank someone for everything they've given you? Catherine asks, tears streaming down her face. It's a question she's been grappling with since the moment her diagnosis turned her world upside down. The love and care her parents have shown are beyond measure. But the emotional cost of seeing them suffer while she's going through her own battle is more than Catherine can bear at times. Her message isn't just about the pain, though. It's also a message of gratitude. Despite everything, her parents have never wavered. They haven't given up, even when the days felt impossibly long and the future uncertain. They've been her unwavering support system, her rock. And Catherine knows that in the end, it's their love that's helped her keep fighting, even on the hardest days. However, there's a shift in her tone as she shares something deeply personal. Catherine admits that there are moments, quiet moments when she's alone with her thoughts, where she wonders how much longer they can keep this up. How long can they continue to give so selflessly without breaking themselves? And in these moments, the guilt overwhelms her. The thought that she's causing her parents to suffer as they care for her fills her with an unbearable sadness. But Catherine's message isn't just for her parents. It's for everyone who has ever found themselves in a position of caring for someone they love. The emotional toll of caregiving is often invisible, and Catherine wants to make sure that people understand the silent strength it takes to care for someone who's going through something as devastating as cancer. She acknowledges that while she's the one battling the disease physically, her parents are fighting their own emotional battle, one that's often overlooked. In her rawest moments, Catherine admits that she's terrified of what might come next. She fears not just for her own health, but for the health of her parents. There are days when she wonders if she'll be able to make it through. But more than that, she wonders if they will. The idea of them breaking down under the pressure, of them losing their strength because they've given so much of themselves to her, is a thought she can't escape. Yet, Catherine also speaks of hope. Even in her darkest hours, she knows that love and family can move mountains. Her parents have been her greatest source of strength, and in some of her weakest moments, she's found the will to keep fighting because of them. Their bond is unshakable, and it's that bond that has carried them through the worst of times. Sometimes I look at them and I think, how are you still here? How are you still smiling? Catherine shares, the emotion palpable in her voice. And then I realize it's because they love me, and that's enough to get us through another day. As her message unfolds, Catherine also shares her deepest fear, that one day this battle will take so much from her parents that they won't be able to fight for her anymore. But even as she voices this fear, she reminds us that no matter what happens, her love for them is eternal. She doesn't want to burden them, but she also knows that they'll never stop fighting for her, just as she'll never stop fighting for them. What Catherine's journey has taught her, above all else, is that love isn't just about the big gestures. It's about the quiet moments, the unspoken support, and the constant presence of those who care for you, even when it's the hardest thing in the world to do. It's about showing up day after day, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. Catherine also wants to send a message to everyone else who's going through their own battles, whether it's cancer or any other struggle. Don't be afraid to lean on those who love you, she says. And if you're the one caring for someone, know that your strength is noticed, even if it's not always acknowledged. What you do is invaluable. The pain, the tears, the struggles, these are all part of the process. But Catherine's journey has shown her that it's the love and support of her parents, her family, that makes it possible to keep going. In the end, it's not about the cancer. It's about the love that surrounds her, that keeps her standing, even when everything else seems to be falling apart. As Catherine continues her fight, her message remains clear. Don't take your loved ones for granted. Cherish the moments you have with them, because in times of hardship, it's their love that will get you through. And no matter how hard the journey gets, love is always worth fighting for. Just when Catherine thinks she's reached her breaking point, something unexpected happens, something that could change everything. But she's not ready to share it yet. Could this new development be the breakthrough she's been waiting for? Or will it bring even more challenges? One thing is certain, Catherine's journey is far from over, and the next chapter will leave you speechless. Stay tuned.